hasn't sabotaged it yet in some way, you know. Oh yeah. Yeah, you really need to just do it as quick as possible. You can 20% rule and the payout rule, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if you saw my theory about why maybe there was a massive move a few days ago. Their anniversary, 300 million. Yeah, I just saw that. I went to their website for something, and I'm like, they're only that close. I bet you, because it wasn't long ago they were still kind of languishing at 268 million, and I'm like. Everything ready. Let me move my lines on my chart. Yeah. right. All right.
This futures live stream event is proudly brought to you by MightyOxTrading. All information contained herein should be considered for educational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing seen or heard should be considered financial advice.
Good morning and welcome to MightyOxTrading. Happy Wednesday, CPI Day. Hope everyone's had a great night, ready for a great day. It is going to be a great day here because we have Formoney, Robin. I will call her Robin the entire time. But it's Formoney, as most of you know her, here today. Bringing her on in just a moment. Let's look at our levels overnight, and then we will bring her on. I'm seeing a bunch of names I don't recognize here, so apparently Formoney has groupies. Let's start off with the overnight. Looks a little choppy. ES 471 up to 501. I can do that math. I got a teacher on here, so I got to do the math right. 30 points in range. 705 on NQ, 835 at the high. Okay, good early morning math is easy. 130 points in range. Copper going up by about 140. Ultra bond, it's a decent range on the ultra bond. A point today. Gold, about 15 points. Crude oil, rising up about half a point. A point and a half. Natural gas up. And Bitcoin hanging about 56.7. Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Matt, Rod, Annie, Traveling Foodie, Maca Warrior, RJ, good morning. How's your voice? FOMO Trader and Juan, good morning. Okay, and let me just find the thing to unmute Miss Formoney, and then we will get on with that as soon as I find it. Thank you, FOMO Trader. All right, there we go. Unmuted. There we are. Good morning, Robin. How are you today?
Good morning, Ox. I'm great. How are you?
Great. So give me 1 second. How does she sound, guys? Is she loud enough? Do I need to make an adjustment? And nobody responds. Okay, sounds good. There we go. Okay, we sound good. So good morning, Robin. Glad to have you on. Before we get started talking trading, though, Robin, today is obviously September 11th. 23 years ago, things changed in our world. And I know there's you have family members that serve this country in various ways. And I just wanted to say thank you to you and your family for the ways you serve this country, and I know that I know that's hard on family as well. So I just wanted to say thank you and your family for your service and helping to keep this country safe. So thank
Thank
you
you
for
for that,
that.
Ox. Thank you for that, Ox. Yes, it is 9/11, of course. Never forget. My family has a very emotional story regarding 9/11. I will spare you all of the sad details, but the short version is I was across the street from the Capitol building in DC when 9/11 happened. I was in the Cannon building having a conversation with Henry Gonzalez, the congressman, because I had tickets to the White House that morning. And I had to go down a bunch of one-way streets the wrong way as Humvees were coming onto the mall there. And my family had heard that the Capitol had been hit. So they were quite worried. And I could see the Pentagon burning with some of my friends in there. So yeah, it was a difficult time for us, but absolutely not even close to as difficult as some families had to go through. So I'm glad that you mentioned that, and thank you. We're both very patriotic, and uh, I just hope that the younger people here never forget.
Absolutely agree. It's something that needs to be in our minds forever. And like I
Yeah,
said, I definitely thank your family for what
thank you.
they do. So, trading, CPI day. So we'll start with that. Do you prepare any differently on a big news day like CPI than you do on a normal day?
Well, am I on screen or no?
You're right now. No, you're not. But I can do that with a push of a button. You want to go
I
on
don't
screen?
like talking to no one. Yes, I want to see your face.
There we go. There we are.
Hi, good morning. Yes, of course, it's CPI day. Typically on I trade pre-market. Before news is a good time to when trading in range is a good time for me to size up. And so I tend to make most of my money on pre-market news. I trade from usually around 6 in the morning Central Time to 9:30 maybe. Lately, a little bit longer because I'm juggling anywhere from 30 to 35 accounts across three prop firms, and I don't copy trade most of the time. So it does take a little bit of time to get them all to my daily goals. But yeah, then I go about my day. So for CPI, I don't YOLO anymore and things like that because I'm full. But it is a good time for people to, I guess, grab some evals and pass some accounts if that's your thing. Yeah, so it should be a fun time and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. So, what is your your normal morning routine? I know you have all plans to be out in the garden by like 10 a.m. Right? So you try to get everything in pretty much by the bell or a little bit after.
Oh, I will trade about an hour or an hour and a half after the bell.
Okay.
So I do think that one of the main reasons I've been able to be somewhat consistent is my dedicated period of time where I will be hyper focused on the market. And then I have to just let it go and I close the screens and I go about my day, whether that's going to the garden or, running errands or whatever it happens to be. Yeah, I have to have a good life balance. That's really the reason I quit my full-time job is because I needed more time in my life to travel the world and do all of the other things that I want to do. So this suits me well, and I think that dedicated period of time uh, is really beneficial. So I would encourage everyone to, look through your data and see when you're the most profitable and chunk that down into certain time frames and focus on those times of day. Because, when the major market makers are off to lunch and it's just barely moving, maybe that's not your best time to be trading, or power hour. If you always tend to lose your daily gains at the end of the day, then force yourself to not trade at that time of day.
Now, you mentioned you recently left your job, basically now a full-time trader. How hard
Yes.
was that decision? How long did that take you to decide that this is now the right time to do that? Because
Not that long.
it's obviously the dream of just about anybody that
Yeah.
trades to get to that point.
Well, I'm very fortunate because my husband makes a good living and I don't really have to work.
Okay.
But I did know that number one, my administration job, it was online, teaching students English as a second language. Actually, I was teaching the teachers, and I enjoyed it for a period of time. But I'm old now. I did not want to be tied down to a full-time job, and I was starting to see some real consistency and some decent payouts. And so I waited another 6 months to see if I was still able to, stay on my track. And so far, so good, knock on wood. I just decided to call it quits with my day job, and now I do this. And my new Genesis has NQ Trader on the tag, so now it's official. It's a rule. The state of Texas will not allow me to quit or change instruments. I have to trade NQ forever.
That's awesome. So, guys, yeah, feel free to ask questions in the chat. Of Robin Rad Poker asks, "What was the one thing that helped you become profitable?"
Whew. Well, I started off trading options, and that was a roller coaster ride for sure. I knew that there was a huge opportunity in the market for me, and I was always interested, but I didn't really know where to begin. So I started trading options, and that went well for a time. I made a lot of money. I also lost a lot of money. It was very roller coaster for me. Someone who may or may not be in the chat right now, White Boy Rick. I was in a chat room with him for a while, a group, and he really taught me a lot about trading and about options. And I tried to model myself after his trading because he was more conservative and he would take profits quicker. And I was more aggressive and risky, and he had more green days than I did. And
Order
I wanted
filled.
to have more green days. And so I tried to be more conservative. But I was losing a lot of sleep over options. So I moved to futures. And I think the main thing for me was just stubbornness and dedication. When I got to your group, I had so much support from the guys there in our little small group. It was you and Matt LaRocco who put up with me when I did not know how to run my computer or indicators or anything, and I would break everything. He would fix it for me. And Justin and Chef and John and CFT with his weird goblin videos and his deep voice, all of that, it just really motivated me. And I was determined because I knew that I could find my way forward if I just stuck with it. Consistency just comes with time and for me, I mean, we all trade the market differently and we all see it differently. My way is just one way. It's certainly not the only way. For me, when I would sit down and stare at the market for 8 hours, I would absolutely start taking terrible trades because I would get tired and my consistency went way down. So my dedicated time window to be really hyper focused, I think that was a game changer for me.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second because I took a long trade here while you were talking, and
Oh,
I think I'm going to close it there for
Order filled.
21 ticks. So there we
nice.
go. First trade of the
Nice.
morning is a winner.
Awesome. Oh, happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you very much.
The big
Hello.
50.
Yeah. I'm
That's
officially
awesome.
over the hill.
So I'm older than you. So there's that.
Age is just a frame of mind.
Sure, sure. That's what they all say.
Morning, Speed Racer. Okay, so Rod asks, how long have you been trading, and how long have you been trading futures?
So I started trading futures what year is it? About 5 years ago. I really knew that I didn't want to just start following any random Joe Blow on YouTube. And I knew that I had to learn from the best. So I joined Linda Rashke's chat room and Discord. She did have a paid room. Really, it's her husband, but she was in there too. And she is really just a powerhouse, extreme, well known worldwide as an educator and owner of several hedge funds. And she just really taught me a lot about the market, about the technical side, what to look for. And I owe a lot to her. And then also Anthony Crudelli, who's, of course, the original OG pit trader. I learned a lot from him as well. Early on, I would probably bug him and I asked him a lot of what he deemed to be silly questions, but I just tried my best to surround myself with people who knew a lot and learn from them. So yeah, I've been trading futures for I'd say about 5 years. Yeah, 5 years.
Awesome.
Before COVID, the year before COVID. But yeah.
Okay, Rod is asking if you could describe your NQ scalping strategy.
I could. Let's see. It's not CPI time yet. You want to maybe let me share my screen real quick. Maybe that would be easier to do a
Sure.
little visual real quick.
Sure.
Need more coffee.
Go ahead. Do I have to do something to allow you to do that, or you just press a button?
Yes, you have to allow screen share.
Oh, great. I should have figured that one out before the stream. It says one participant can share at a time. Advanced sharing options. No, that's my screen. Oh boy.
You just have to give me permission
It doesn't.
to screen share.
I knew I should have figured out something beforehand.
Down below, do you see some little
I do.
tools.
Yeah. I see share. It says multiple participants can share simultaneously. Advanced sharing
Okay,
options.
now you've allowed it. Good. Okay.
There we go. There
So,
we go.
um, let's see here. Yes, so before, let me move you guys over so we can see. Of course, we all know everyone's waiting on CPI, so very small movement. Um, I typically will trade in there in my office with several screens, but today I'm just on my laptop, so I'm a little bit condensed. My screen is a little busy, but it makes sense to me. So really, it's just whatever makes sense to you. These days, I trade only in queue on the 1 minute chart. I'm just a scalper. I don't hold trades for very long at all. I will take hundreds of trades in a day. So I go in and out, quickies. Less time in the market for me equals less risk. So I'm just, I don't stay in very long. Um, I have short-term supply and resistance lines. Nothing new or original on my chart at all. I do use Bollinger Bands a lot with my strategy to help me see, if the market is expanding, identify trend days quickly, if it's consolidating and ready to leg up or leg down. I look at the point of control, which is always maybe a destination for me, but never a starting point. And just like everyone, I look at volume profile. I have pivot points marked. um, I never or usually don't diddle in the middle. But I thought since it's CPI day and would really just be moving slowly, I do have just a little quick example of a typical trade for me just because a friend of mine asked me for a video. You can see here that NQ was over 20,000. So this was a few weeks ago and it's gone down considerably since then. But this is just a little example of a typical trade for me. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but here's a short-term resistance line. And even though it did spike up here, I felt like this was a decent area to enter. And this trade just happens really quickly. I don't use bracket orders. I always just do it manually. And really over time, it's just a muscle memory thing for me. Wow, that was really loud. Um, this will be over real soon. That's just an example of how I will move up my stop and take a really quick scalp. Um, and one more real quick, just while I'm at it. Hang on a minute. This example really is when I took a little bit of heat first. I did not have the best entry, but I still felt confident it would come down. I took this position as price headed into the upper Bollinger Band, and it did come back down, and I eventually took some profit here. But like you were asking earlier, for CPI, anytime pre-market news, which is 7:30 for the most part Central Time. If price is just chop and is a narrow range, that's a good time for me to just fade the edges of those Bollinger Bands, look for a quick reversion. And that's, when it's moving a little bit less erratic for NQ is a good time for me to get in and get out, take my 3 points or 5 points and move along to the next account. So that's just me in a nutshell. I don't have anything fabulous to share as far as amazing strategy that no one's ever heard of before. I just do tried and true, use the same indicators that a lot of you use. And, I always look at RSI as well. Well, that was really loud. Sorry. I look at RSI. You don't have to screen share. Ox, you can take that away. But yeah, this is really what I look at in a day. I have, thanks to Matt, I have these really cool news indicators, which I love, and that keeps me from making a mistake and accidentally taking a trade, uh, you know, without looking at news. And so if you don't look at Market Watch or something like that to keep you on track of news, I highly recommend you get that free indicator. You can DM me if you don't know what it is, and I'll pass that along to you. But it has saved me a lot of times for sure. But yeah, I don't know.
There you go. So Rod says, Rod said, so you must be entering very frequent if you're taking hundreds of trades. I believe you said your average trade time's less than a minute, right?
1 to 3 minutes, I would say. 30 seconds to 3 minutes for the most part. If I'm going to trade for 3 minutes, then I have made a wrong choice.
That's pretty much
I
me as
really,
well. Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't have I'm going to have a coughing fit here in a second, trying to fight it off. I don't have a hard stop. I don't use, a bracket order. I just have a mental stop. So for me, um, if it's going against me, I have to know pretty quickly that I made a mistake, and I'll just get out of the trade and re-enter. But just taking a few points pretty often has been my chosen strategy for about a year, about 2 years now. And slowly over time, I just get better at it, I think, a little bit more each time. And I really do focus on an excellent entry point, and then I have to worry less about, taking a loss or getting out of a bad trade. So I think an excellent entry is really key.
I agree. A couple of comments here in the chat just saying, Tom G say good morning. Formoney, nice to see you. Congrats on your success. Bear Lover says, hi, Robin. You amazing lady you came to support. You are so inspiring.
Oh, thanks. Sometimes I feel like I come across as braggy because I post my P&L every day. But the reason I do that is because countless people have asked me to. And I remember when I struggled so much every day, seeing others be successful is really what drove me and kept me going, because that's what I wanted more than anything. I knew that I could get there at least somewhat. And so it really was a motivator for me. So if it annoys you, if it's FOMO, if it makes you feel bad, if you're not successful right now, please just don't look in the P&L tab. Do what works for you. So if you're the type of person that really gets annoyed by others' success, I totally get that. Just stay out of there, because I do that because it helps others. So just do what's right for you.
And I remember when you had said to me you were unsure about continuing to post, and I encouraged you to do that, because the other thing is you keep it real. If you blow a PA or something happens that day, you don't hide that.
Yeah.
You say it out, and that's what I respect, is the people that will show the challenges along with the success, and you've always done that. You don't try and hide when something bad happens, and I think
Yeah, I
that
mean, nobody's perfect,
right.
for sure.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely. I always, I think more people should be using the P&L area of the Discord, and I'm hoping to get more people showing both, their good days and bad days.
Me too. Sometimes I'll go in there to post my P&L, and the last entry was me from the day before. So I would love to see other people share, because I know that a lot of people in your Discord are very successful, and for whatever reason they don't post that. And I would love to see that. I think it motivates others. So I definitely encourage everybody to post in there every day, or at least sometimes.
Segpop asks if you can post that news indicator in the Discord. I have that
Yep.
somewhere too. I think I have it, but I don't know where it might be on my computer. So if you could post that in the Discord sometime today, that'd be great.
I'll probably have to ask Matt. Hey, Matt, can you post that? He's the one who actually gave it to
Yeah,
me. So,
yeah, he gave it to me too. So
yeah,
he might have even posted it at one point back in the early days of the Discord. So
it's really cool because it's free and I'm
yeah.
cheap. I like free stuff. So, yeah,
So we have about
awesome.
5 minutes till CPI and everything goes crazy. So here's a
Yeah.
question I have for you. Trading still seems to be a very male-dominated world, but it seems to be a little bit less so since I've started here. But what do what's your thoughts on that? Of why and how can we get more female traders engaged, and maybe even in communities? Because I'm sure there's more out there that just kind of stay hidden. So, what are your just
Yeah.
thoughts on that whole subject?
Well, I think that, male or female is really irrelevant. I think that a successful trader takes a certain kind of person. You need to have attention to detail. You need to be, I think, to a degree, stubborn. really have that desire to succeed. And it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. I think that maybe just in general, historically, guys definitely have been the majority of traders. I know quite a few female traders that are really successful, and I love seeing that. Um, so I hope that that continues to grow. I think a lot of it comes from, women have a different set of responsibilities. If they're younger, they may have kids or, you know, just it's just different. I'm at a point in my life where I spend most of my time home alone during the day, and so it fits me perfectly. It just has to fit your lifestyle, whether you're a male or a female. But I am excited to see more women in the industry, and I hope that it continues to grow that way. I am mentoring three different women right now, on and off, and trying to get them going because they desperately want to make their way in the trading world. So that's encouraging too.
Excellent. I think, I've always tried to keep MightyOxTrading as a safe space as well. I think, I remember Weenie Trades, and for those that remember him, he used to be a streamer that I would
Yeah.
guest on every now and then. When his girlfriend would come on, all of a sudden you saw a bunch of the women traders come out and be willing to start talking. So, I think safe spaces in this, what can be a chauvinistic area, is also something that's more needed.
Think it's important too that you don't want to just randomly search YouTube and find a female trader and think that they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I did this the other day just out of curiosity to see how many women were out there in the trading world. And I came across a couple of really young girls who were just spouting off different ICT concepts. Really seemed like they were just posers and didn't know what they were doing. So do like I did and learn from the best. There's a lot of knowledgeable people out there. Definitely in MightyOxTrading, there are a lot of people who have been around the bend and know what they're doing. So I encourage you to go to that Discord if you haven't gone there already. And then, like I mentioned before, Anthony Crudeli is a great place to go if you just want a little bit of help on technicals. If you don't understand how to anchor a VWAP or what Bollinger Bands are or anything like that, you can go to his website and just learn real quick. And trust me, if he says it, it's pretty much true.
Okay, Juan, to answer your question about where she posts her P&L, we have a channel on the Discord called propfirm Progress, and that's where people post how they're doing in the prop firms. That's where she posts her P&L.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to have more people post in there.
Absolutely agree.
Fox, are you going to YOLO CPI?
No, I don't really have any accounts I'm comfortable YOLOing. I didn't buy any, so. We are about a minute from CPI. Real quickly, USC Sun asks, how many contracts do you use when you enter a trade?
Well, it just kind of depends on the price action and the market as a whole. I try to see it all holistically. If it's pre-market, trading in a small range, I'll use 4 contracts. And that really just is my standard, no matter what my account size is, 50K or 150K. If I'm a little more unsure or if it's more volatile, I'll go down to 1 or 2 contracts. So anywhere from 1 to 4.
All right.
Are you going to show the big event and in just NQ, or do you leave up your screen with all
I leave
the
them
other
with
instruments
all.
as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
NQ gets the most real estate.
For sure.
So we'll go back to questions after CPI here. Let's watch what CPI does. Rod says he's about the YOLO and eval.
Yeah, let us know how that goes. Hit the like button for Ox and post in there, how it all works out for you.
Oh,
You can
whoosh.
see in the chat. Whoa. When I did YOLO, when I used to do that, I found that it was better to wait until after the initial move and then take a reversal trade or, a minute or two after the news worked out better for me when I was young and a full degen.
US CPI actual 2.5. That was the forecast. So, and that's down from 2.9. It's surprising. Oh wait, month over month is 0.3 and previous is 0.2. So it's mixed numbers. That's why we saw the quick down move and the big down move. We're down 87 points on NQ, down 20 on ES. Dow's down, crude's down, gold's down, Ultra Bond's down. Everything's down. It's unanimous.
Ooh, it's a big red candle.
Still falling. Yeah, finished that 1 minute candle finished down 99 points.
I'm always a little sad when that happens. My 401k will be sad.
Right.
I have a meeting with my Edward Jones guy in about an hour with my financial advisor, and so yeah.
Rod says he had his
fun.
Rod says he had his take profit set at 9K, but with slippage it went to 16K. That's a lot of slippage.
Definitely.
Jazz, I'll answer that. If they're my top 5, kinda. Well, that's still. It depends on the day and actually sometimes by the hour.
How close are your accounts to being funded, or your funded accounts? Do you have any that are close to payout?
No. I mean, I have 4 topstep funded accounts. 2 are slightly red, 2 are slightly green. I mean, haven't been trading the Apex ever since the Apex stuff started happening, and I just started trading the fast tracks. I accidentally blew the Bulenox funded account. Somehow I left an order on overnight. So.
Yeah.
But it's getting there. It's getting there. I've been focusing more on getting a couple more to funded because I just want a bunch of funded accounts just in case anything happens in the industry. I have funded accounts instead of having to worry about evals. So I'm trying to get to a certain number and then really.
I think I overdid that a little bit. I've got somewhere between 30 and 35 accounts right now, all funded. I've got 20 Apex and about 10 FTT fast track trading accounts and about 3 Bulenox at any given time. So, it takes a little bit of time. I felt the need to spread my wings and not have all my eggs in one basket, my little robin eggs. But yeah, it all comes at a cost, but it's been a good thing. I had to extend my trading window by about an hour. So that eats into my time for other things, but it's worth it.
Sid Chase on Brooks's account. Not sure why you're on Brooks's account, but yeah, she did say how her trades are 1 to 3 minutes on average. And how long are your trades? Average, yeah, average time 1 to 3 minutes. She said if she's in longer than 3 minutes, then she feels she's shouldn't have been in that trade to begin with.
Definitely. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Segpop says you said you never copy trade more than 3 in accounts. How does your mindset change if you do more than 3 accounts? It's not real. It's not more mindset. It's more worried about the software. Am I right?
Yes, I'm sure that I have blown more evals and PA accounts than any of you would ever want to know. When I first started, I would get 20, lose 20. It was ridiculous. Very stupid. I don't recommend, please don't do that. I quickly learned that was expensive and I didn't want to be that kind of trader. So I just, everything gets easier over time. I don't like to trade more than 3, usually 2 accounts at a time, because if you are copy trading 10 accounts and you end up losing that account, all of those accounts at once, it's so much time and effort and money wasted. It's really deflating. And I did not want to feel that way ever again. So for me, it's worth it to put in the extra time to trade them individually, give each account the time that it deserves. They're all my little babies. And I lock them down every night, in Rhythmic to try to prevent any kind of stupidity that Rhythmic can have. I don't want them to, disappear or whatever, or take a ghost trade or anything like that. So yeah, for me, individually works best and at most 3 accounts. And I'll only do that if I'm really in a hurry and I need to go buy groceries or something.
Mr. Burrell has arrived. He's shocked that we have video as well. Yes, Burrell,
Hey, John.
and I still like to remind you that I beat you to having Robin on before you
Oh,
did.
well,
I'm always
you
kidding with
went
him.
first, but I'm going to have an interview with John too. Whenever you're ready, John, let me know.
uh,
And that's easier. It's a podcast, so I don't have to put on makeup or anything. I can just talk.
Bear Lover asked, "What do you mean by locking down in Rhythmic? Because they're new to Rhythmic. So what?"
Oh, that's just if you right click on Rhythmic, you can set up auto liquidate. Some people think that that helps. I don't know if it helps or not, but I do that anyway. For a time, people complained about their accounts taking orders, and so that's when I started doing that out of habit.
Actually, I didn't know that either. I've never had a problem with a ghost order, but I
Yeah,
it
I
was
mean, I don't know.
yeah.
I don't
That's
know if that's a thing. Can't say for sure one way or the other. I never had an account disappear or taken a trade that I did not initiate. Let me say that. But I had quite a few people tell me that that happened to them.
yeah.
So just for the sake of safety and being overprotective, I did start setting that auto liquidate uh, tab, clicking on that every day per account. So I don't know.
Yeah,
You guys tell me, is that worth doing?
Rad says he does it, and Rad's a veteran trader, so yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, it can't hurt. It's just
It just takes a second and it's
yeah.
just better safe than sorry. Yeah. You know what else it does for me too is I'll do it every day at the end of the trading day or when I'm through trading. I will set them all. And then in the morning at 6 a.m., when I've had my first cup of coffee and I'm trying to wake up, inevitably every morning I will take my first trade and it won't go through because I forgot to turn those off. And what that does for me is it's a little wake up call. I do an internal checklist and I say, okay, have you had enough coffee? Are you awake? Are your eyes blurry? Are you really ready to trade? And then I go and I uncheck all of my accounts and then I'm actually ready to trade. And then I will also make note of where I was going to place that first trade. And I see if it would have been a winner. If it was, then I give myself the go ahead. And if that trade would have been a loser, then I usually give myself another 30 minutes to wake up and make sure that I'm ready to go. I used to trade Euro Open, but I'm old and I like my sleep, so I gave that up. And so now by Euro close, that's really my time, 10:30 my time. That's really my time to call it a day and move on with my day. So that's kind of my deadline that I set for myself.
Makes sense. Sounds good. We do see NQ and everything really trying to gain back everything it lost. It's gained it back about half that big old candle, or more than half now. Let's see.
The secret to not having red days. Nothing replaces screen time. For me, initially deciding to focus on one or two instruments, I think was a good choice. If you're just randomly going from oil to gold to RTY to whatever, I'm not really sure that you learn its rhythms and its ways. I started with ES and I traded only ES for the first year. It moves slower, a little more methodically, and I still love it. I trade it sometimes, but mostly I trade NQ, which is, crazy bitch most of the time. But over time, you get to know a little bit of its pattern and how it moves. And I think that that and just plain old screen time, very old school, really is the way to prevent the red days. And when you have so many accounts, it's also easier because, I'm not copy trading them all at once. If I have a red day on one account, you know, hopefully my other 30 accounts are still good. But I still lose accounts, just not nearly as often.
Now, since you have so many accounts to trade, if you go red on one, do you just tell yourself at a certain level to stop on that one and move to another one, or do you
I'm
do
really
you try to get
OCD
it back
about
at
that.
green? Okay.
I'm really OCD about that. It kills me to see a red number on my rhythmic. It's, yeah, it's just my thing. So ultimately, even though, don't tell Apex if you're listening, I'm sorry. But for me, if I spend 36 bucks on an evaluation, turn it into a PA account, I really don't have a lot of money invested in that account. So I'm kind of a bulk trader. I deal in bulk. And so if I lose one, if I have a red day on one account, chances are I'm going to continue with that account until I bring it back out of the red and into green, and I will stop at break even. That's my goal. If I take a red trade, my goal for that account for that day instantly becomes get that account back to green. If I'm green by $1, then I'm happy and I will leave that account alone. But there's rarely a time when I will put an account in the negative by several $100s and just leave it there. That's just, that's just who I am, and I'm an aggressive trader. I will admit that. I take on a lot of risk. I did that with options very often, and I still do it to this day. And by some miracle, through trial and error, it's become a little bit easier for me, and I'm able to pick some pretty good payouts a few times a month. So I'm very fortunate, and I take this all with extreme gratefulness. I know that it could all go away at any time. So I'm trying to just, appreciate every day, appreciate the friends I've made along the way, and try to just keep a good gratitude and gratefulness in my heart all the time about trading because I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Market Trend wants to know how you handle, since Apex deals in intraday trailing drawdown and all that, when going red with the intraday, and how do you manage that?
But just the same way.
So I figured, yeah.
Yeah, same way.
Now you pretty much stuck with intraday, with the exception of fast track, but you're comfortable with intraday drawdown versus end of day. I notice you don't
Yeah,
really
it's
have
just
end of day or go for it. Worry about getting end of day accounts with anybody.
right. It's just really, well, I guess with fast track, it's really muscle memory, I guess. It's the way that I learned to trade futures. I do have my personal account. I don't with TD Ameritrade, now they're Schwab. I don't use it that often. I also have a Trade of 8 personal account. I don't use it that often. Honestly, I like using other people's money, which is the whole point of a prop firm account. I would rather trade using their money and not have my own at risk. So as long as I'm able to do that, I don't I don't fund my personal account with prop firm money. I do put my prop firm money into a 401k, but it's not something that I'm going to trade futures with. So it's kind of a one-way trip for it, for the money.
Sounds good. Anybody else have any questions? We have about 15 more minutes, Robin, with you here.
Hopefully everybody hit the like button. If you haven't gone to MightyOxTrading, please do that. He's a really awesome guy. He works really hard every day. He's got a good team of people that help him. Not me, I'm worthless. I don't help him at all, but he's got other people who help him every day with putting a lot of good content out there. So we all appreciate you, Ox, and that's evident because there's a lot of people here this morning. So that's great.
Appreciate that very much, Robin. We really do. Morning, JC. LB wants to know, what account size do you like best?
I like the 150K accounts for Apex and for fast track trading. I've got 100K accounts in Bulenox, and I do have quite a few 50K accounts in Apex too. So it's a good mix, 50s and 150s only. They work the best for me. I've had them all. I had the 300Ks. I thought, wow, I'm invincible. There's no way I can blow this account. I'll have it forever. I was lucky to have it a week because I'm aggressive, I guess. And, both sides of the spectrum were not a good fit for me. 25K is way too small of drawdown, wasted time for me. 300Ks, very hard to pass and hard for me to keep. So somewhere in the middle is a good, I'm like Goldilocks. I like the somewhere in the middle is good for me.
Just don't diddle in the middle. Oh.
That's right.
JC, yeah, this might be a record attendance. Over 50 people here at once. I'm not sure I've seen 50 at once before.
As long as we beat CFT's day, I am happy.
Yeah, surprised he isn't here. Let's see. Rod asked, do you plan on creating more accounts or more firms? You don't really plan to add anything else at this point, do you?
I am full. I'm full. I'm in a debate about whether to add to fast track trading. If you're in that Discord at all, you probably know what I'm talking about. I have a moral compass, and at some point, I don't know if I'll continue with that company. So TBD on that. But I do have some accounts with them now, and I'll take their money as long as they're going to give it to me. I do like Bulenox. They're straightforward with their rules and very reliable with their payouts. And so I really like them. Apex is where I started. And they're tried and true and loyal about paying me. And 98% of my payouts have come from Apex. And so I will stick with them through thick and thin as long as it continues to be a two-way street. And I hold up my end of the bargain, and they do too. Yes, I had to go through the video process. Yes, they put me on probation. I've done all of the things, and now I make sure that all of my accounts are way above profit threshold and safety net and all of the little hoops that they want me to jump through. But so far, so good. So yeah, they're still my number one firm because they pay me a lot.
She takes Daryl Martin's money.
I do. I do indeed.
Okay, so
who is CFT? I don't know. Some joker.
I know you mentioned it earlier, Robin, but a couple people weren't here. Which indicators do you rely on the most? Like, what are your favorite indicators?
Yes, most definitely. I started using Bollinger Bands early on. Again, that goes back to Anthony Crudelli. I have short-term supply and resistance lines on the 1-minute chart. Darvis boxes. You can look up Nicholas Darvis back from the 50s. Great guy. He was actually a dancer, a ballet dancer in Poland or somewhere. And he started dancing across the charts. And he's still got tried and true theories that people use today. So yes, support and resistance, of course. And RSI is really important to me. I think that the strength index tells me a lot in short-term scalping, and I'm able to see, if there's a little bit of momentum or volatility in the market. For a bigger picture, you can look at where VWAP is. You can anchor your VWAP. Look at MACD. There are so many lagging indicators. There are so many indicators available, and I don't encourage you to clutter up your screen too much, but you've got to find something that works for you. And if you can take a couple and use them as confirmation and see a more holistic approach of the market and current price action, I think, again, it goes back to screen time, whatever works for you. It's kind of a lame answer, but it's true.
No, it's a good answer, because
some people would not consider, using Bollinger Bands, but for me, I can't do without them.
Yeah,
I think partially because, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I've gotten heat for using Bollinger Bands. It's like, it's such an outdated indicator. But you know what?
It is, I guess. But I mean, partially because so much of my trading is done pre-market. So many days, especially news days, it's just a tiny little range, and those Bollingers just really are a good little roadmap for me. And they allow me to see where it's going to go. Works out lovely. Give it a try if you haven't tried Bollinger Bands.
John Bollinger thanks you. Oh.
Yeah. And if you don't know how to use Bollinger Bands, I'm not giving Anthony Crudelli another plug after this, but if you go to his website, click on 10-minute technicals. He will explain it in a much clearer way than I could. So whatever you might want to learn as far as technicals and indicators, he's got your answer. Go to him. Learn from the best. He's the best. Linda Raschke, Gary Williams, Anthony Crudele. Learn from the best.
NQ has recovered, it looks like about 3/4 of the big CPI purple red candle, and still heading back upwards, back above 820. We have Robin for about another 10 minutes.
I like it, Josh. CFT is the guy with the longest hair in the room. I think his hair is longer than mine. He's all Fabio these days, blowing in the wind in Canada. It's nice to see you on screen for a change too. I kind of forced Ox to be on camera today, just being honest. I felt like it was a good more personable way to be on your stream. So thank you for indulging me and for showing your beautiful face for everybody to see. I know that everybody likes it when you have yourself on screen, on camera, so maybe you'll consider doing that more often.
Yeah, I don't mind doing it somewhat. I mean, I've gotten a lot more comfortable with it since I've been streaming, but
Good.
just not all the time every day. That would.
You got some real fancy new glowy headset.
Yeah, my ears glow now. And that's thanks to Robin. She sent me these headphones for my birthday. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Any other questions for Robin?
You guys post your trades in the chat so I can see what's going on this morning. Are you green or red?
Yeah, have we taken any trades?
Yeah.
JW, she said about 5 years. So people are asking questions from when they weren't here on time. No, okay. Tipped? Are you seriously down 72 cents tipped? 72 cents? By the way, at least...
That counts as a win.
Yeah. And Robin, I was going to say, at least now, when you post up your P&L, and I see an account at like $1 or $2, I've always wondered about that. And now at least they know that account is now probably in red that you brought back. And we're happy.
Yeah, you mentioned that the other day. You're like, that $1 is really weird. And I can tell you that account was red by, I think, $230 or something. So I was so happy to get it back to red. I sleep better at night if I end all in green. I know that sounds, like, of course, but I'm really kind of OCD about that. So I think the being hyper-focused for a short amount of time is a good strategy to start. If you're still struggling and trying to find your way, try doing that. Choose a couple of hours a day and do your very best and make note of what your thought process was for that day. Were you happy or tired or need more coffee or energetic or whatever? And just try to duplicate your good days. If you're in a pissy mood, it may not be the best day to trade, and it's okay to take a day off. So be self-aware. I think that's a really good thing that we all need to focus on before you trade.
Order
Are you
filled.
really paying attention? Are you cognizant of the fact that you worked really hard to get this PA account and you don't want to lose it just because you're not really focusing? So being focused is really, really important.
Do you journal,
Sounds like
Robin?
a no-brainer. Only mentally. When I was in college or all through school, I never took a single note. I was a fourth grade teacher for a lot of years, and all through school, never once did I take a note. It made people mad because, summa cum laude, University of Texas, but never, ever took a note. It was all just a mental memory for me. And so that's the way I am still. I don't really write things down, but I will do a mental recall, go through my little mental file cabinet of things that I want to make sure that I'm doing and thinking and aware of before I take a trade. But it's whatever works for you. I mean, some people have to write everything down.
Rod is down in Australia. He just said he's
Order
like
filled.
like you. Um, he's down on an account, but he's going to be up the rest of the night to try and get those accounts back to green. And I just took another 10-point winning trade on NQ, so 2 for 2 on the morning.
We're doing awesome. See, I'm good luck for you. Good juju.
Yep. Guess what? You got to be here every day.
Well, you need to have somebody on, if not me.
Tomorrow will be Sid Chase. Sid Chase will be joining us tomorrow.
That's great. And this is actually my trading time normally, so I'm not trading. I was afraid that, talking with you and trading my PA accounts, I wouldn't have that hyper focus. So I didn't want to trade my PA accounts on screen. But if anybody has a specific question ever about my strategy or anything in particular, you can always ask me in Ox's Discord, and I'm always there and happy to help and answer your questions.
Nico wants to know if you ever DCA.
Oh, yeah, I did. Well, when I had evals, I did all the time. Before Apex decided that it was, a bad thing, I would DCA sometimes. I still DCA sometimes, but of course they only allow one, and so never more than one. But I find that, again, going back to an excellent entry point, if you have that excellent entry point, you don't have to worry about DCAing. And so I don't do it. I don't do it very often at all anymore. But I used to when I first started, when I wasn't sure of my process, when I second guessed myself, when I didn't wait for my trade to play out. Even though it would only be like a 1 minute scalp, you have to wait for it to play out. So I would get nervous. And if it went against me just a little bit, I would add in. And so if you're in that habit, probably best to get yourself out of that habit, or at least go with a different prop firm, because yeah, it's a no-no over there.
Yeah. Josh has asked, as Uncle Darrell showed up at your house with a team of lawyers.
It felt like it. I have to say, they went through that whole, and everybody here probably knows that, they went through a whole period of time where they made a lot of enemies. And, I don't agree with a lot of the way things were handled at all. But I stuck by them, and obviously they still have lots of people working with them. I think it's just growing pains. They say that they have better and great things on the horizon in the coming weeks. So I'm excited to see if/when that happens.
Sid wants us to have a trading contest between all the guests that I've had one day. That'll be fun.
I'm in.
There we go.
I'm in. I did not take part of your platinum challenge. I told you my day is full already, but we're going to do something like that. I'm in. I'll do it.
I'll work on seeing if I can get the others on board with that. Let's see. I thought I saw one more question. Oh yeah. Proxy wanted to know, how many points do you normally go for per trade? What's your normal? I know
right. So
it's
because
per trade, but go ahead.
Yeah, again, based on price action, 3 to 5 points probably, and then 2 to 4 contracts. So everything is variable for me. It's how I see it at any given time, how quickly the market's moving. If it's more volatile, I'm going to size down. I don't want to lose my account just because I think I'm right. I might not be right. So if it's a volatile day, and lately, during RTH or trading hours, it's been pretty volatile. So you have to be really careful. And I've been sizing down after market open for the past couple of months. I think it'll be that way until the end of the year with the election and interest rates and Fed speakers and all of that. Of course, it all plays a part in the market. So when it's volatile, I size down, but pre-market is better for me. And so that's when I'll take, 2 to 4 contracts at a time, 3 to 5 points.
Sid wants to know if you're investing your money anywhere else besides 401k. Sid is big into long-term investments. He'll be talking about that tomorrow. So it's an interesting question as we lead into tomorrow.
Oh, Sid, well, I put a huge portion of my money into my 401k. My money is actually, or my payouts, a huge portion of it is for things that are not necessities in life. So I take a lot of world travel trips on Viking cruises and to London to see my daughter. And, I've been to like 34 countries. So a lot of my money is spent on traveling. A lot of my money was spent on my lovely new Genesis car. A lot of my money is given to family members. A lot of my money is given to Uncle Sam. And then a nice portion is put away. But yeah, thanks. That's the short version of that, long version of that.
Are we just about out of time, Robin, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to take up more of your
Oh, no, it has
stream
nothing.
time.
I just don't want to take up your, because I know you said you had a meeting. Uh, Real
Well, I
quick.
only have
Go ahead.
30 something accounts to get to, so
Well, one last question from Tom G. He says, what's an excellent entry for you? Is it at the top or the bottom of Bollinger Bands? Is that how you use them?
generally, yes. I don't only look at that. I take all of these things into consideration. So, it really just depends. I have to take a lot of things into consideration. Uh, VWAP, where price is in relation to VWAP. Is it a trend day? Is it a chop day? Point of control. What does order flow look like? Um, are my Bollinger Bands expanding or contracting? Um, Generally speaking, yes. I like to fade edges of Bollinger Bands. That's like my favorite trade, but it's not my only trade. I think we all have a lot of different strategies in our toolbox. It's just one.
Absolutely agree. So,
Yeah,
Rob,
Yox agrees with me.
well, I appreciate you being here today, Robin. I thank you for giving us your time, answering everybody's questions, and being the help.
Absolutely.
You keep calling yourself like useless on the Discord, but you've been incredible there as well. Been a great support for me too. So I thank you for everything you've done, not just being here today, but being part of the Mighty Ox Trading community.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
And if you ever want to, return, you have an open invitation. Just tell me when, and we'll set it up.
You bet. I'll be back for sure. You guys have a good day. Have a nice green day.
Have a great day, Robin. Good luck with your financial advisor or person or whoever that is. And
Thanks.
we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye. There you go, Robin, everybody. That was a great hour. Great questions, guys. Good job. Figure out how to end the meeting. There we go. Kill Zoom. There we go. Excellent, Bear Lover. Welcome. Glad to have you. You heard her. She said she'll come back, so we'll hold her to that. And before everybody leaves, now that she's left, please hit that like button. Let Robin know that you liked having her here. Absolutely. There we go. So we're sitting at 896. We've totally recovered the loss, the initial candle from CPI, and are now bouncing upwards to infinity and beyond. We're actually at a high day, or slightly off high day from this candle, heading on up. So I was interested that it shot down first. So I thought it was more positive news, but there we go. I think I saw us get up to 60 people here at once. It'll tell me at the end of the stream what the max was, but I think that is a record for most people here at one time. Sid Chase tomorrow. He has a hard act to follow. Yeah. And the fact that it, that crept up probably will mean only a quarter point instead of a half a point on the FOMC next week. Ace, you missed Formoney being with us. She had just left. She was live on screen and everything. Yeah, but I meant, yeah, she was only here for the first hour. I kind of mentioned that a few times, Ace, yesterday. But you can watch it later. She has a meeting here in a few minutes, but she promised she'll be back one day. I think you're pulling back a little bit. Poor Ace is Discord challenged. So we're sitting on the 9, waiting to see what it wants to do. We're about 21 minutes from the bell. Discord link. Give me a second. I used to have it playing with Nightbot, but hold on, give me 1 second. There you go. No, that's G-Man, Ace. You're mixing up the G's. Trying to bounce off the 9. We've kind of slowed down here a bit. Be interested to see how I react after the bell. And as we were saying, Robin was good luck while she was on. I went 2 for 2. We're up $300 so far today. Just kind of hanging here on the 9. Just realized I have a mistake on my header. Sit here and watch and wait. See where NQ wants to go. Thank you all for sticking around. So we await the bell. Again, Sid Chase will be with us tomorrow. He's been with me on an evening stream in the past. This will be his first morning stream. He'll be talking about day trading and long-term investing. And possibly goats. Ace, don't make me smack you. Bounces back up. Robin, if you're still here, JC has a question. Still heading up, making another new high day there at 909. Okay, continuing to rise. I feel so boring now. Little pullback. So how's everybody doing today? Anybody get hurt on CPI? Anybody do something wonderful with CPI? Blue candle, trying to pop here. It's kind of floating. Yes, moving up. YM moving up. Nice, John, nice. Sorry to hear that, Tom. Wow, guys, we got lucky. He didn't hear what I said about him. Oh, whoa. Bulenox just went 90%. Or at least according to another thing. Let me look at my little thingy here. Boom, 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 boom. Where is my thing? That didn't sound good. Wow. That's a good paper trading, and I'm not being facetious there. Yeah, I mean, I didn't take anything on the actual big drop. I caught. Yeah, we can go back in time here. These are the two trades I caught. Actually, where's the? Okay, one was actually before that. I caught this quick 5 points there, and then I waited and I caught a 10 point win here right before the top of the hour. I didn't jump in anywhere else. Yeah, I'm verifying that info, but I believe so. Yep, I'm seeing 90%. Mott 90. Ah, says that coupon code's already in use. I don't know if Mott 90 will work. Ox 90. Crap. Not coupons. They're not clearing out the coupon codes. Crap. MOT 90? Nope. 90 Mott. They need to clear out the coupon codes. No, 90 Mott. Well, see if Mott 90 works. They're not letting me put it in, so they didn't clear it out from the last sale. But that means it still might be active. See if it works. If anyone wants to try it. I'm not telling anyone to go buy anything. Great job, Ace. Getting your 2. Da, 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 da. Mott 90 is 83%. Oh, that's weird. Okay, 90 Mott. Then, if anyone wants to use it, I'll be updating my graphics. Not looking at the screens right now, the charts. So if anything happens, let me know. I don't know if it's gonna drop at the bell. We might. I mean, it may. Yeah, 90 Mott. We'll go with. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I need to update stuff. Five minutes until the bell. Pardon me for 1 minute. Yes, Borneo, that's permanent. $76 for the 50K account with code MOT. I do remember, John. Very weird morning. Thank you, by the way, Borneo. Let me get back to the charts. Pulls back a little bit. Yeah, that's got to be, now I'm thinking about that, Robin, that's got to be kind of eerie for you to think that the fact that that plane that went down in Pennsylvania that the passengers brought down was probably headed for the White House. That's a whole other level of, wow. Yep. And Q went up to resistance 1 there and bounced off of the trigger point. And, oh, bell. And now we're whooshing. Whole bunch of sounds at once. Wow. Okay. Ghost was right. At least at the start, about to fall. Now it looks like it's trying to bounce off resistance 0 there of the trigger point. Whoosh. I already did the whoosh down once, so 50 points down on this 1 minute candle. Down to the 100 EMA. Let's see if it bounces there. Does. Awesome, Matt. Beautiful trade, Matt. That's wonderful. And yeah, William, I saw you mention platinum earlier. I see that nice move up. That would have been great to catch if I had remembered that I was supposed to be trading platinum. I need to hire an assistant that reminds me of these things. Like, you just got a blue candle on platinum. And by hire, I mean find someone that's like wants to volunteer. Coming right back down. Trying to pop here. Oh, gives back. Plops down. Trying to wonder if he's calling her or if that was a battle cry. I imagine him sticking a sword up in the air as he yelled that. Careful, Matt. You managed to go the whole thing without getting put in the corner. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure she's willing to give up her, $10,000 a day to tell me when to enter a trade. Oh. By the way, for those that didn't click on Matt's link, Matt's showing that he was entered off the trigger point resistance line, and at the point there that he showed the trade, he was up like $930. You can see since it hit that resistance at 18,928, it's dropped about 80 points. The news indicator. Still dropping. We've now fallen 100 points. We're free falling. Y'all like when I guest song because I don't sing them. Just y'all wait till me, Robin, CFT, and Sid all decide one day to do MightyOxTrading the musical. Popping up a little bit here. Nice pop. And there's a free version of that as well, EG. Gotta change the night bot. Pulls down, hits the EMAs, pulls back. Let's see what it does. It's also sitting right on resistance 0. If you're interested in trying out the trigger point indicator, the 25%. There's a discount link in the video description below. You can get a 2-week trial, 20% off. Still falling. Yeah, he's right. Look at that. We'll zoom in on that. Look at that. Perfect. It touched it and whoosh. It's like here, it touched it and whoosh. Well, it kind of wobble wobble whoosh. Wobble wobble whoosh. I kind of like that. Wobble wobble whoosh. They just came up with it. Anyway, enough of the sound effects. Blue candle bounce. In case you missed it, I did do a video the other day on EG indicators, specifically the trigger point. Here's the link to that. Made it a little bit longer than I had planned to, but I seem to say that about every video I make. Big candle here, 31 points. Trying to get through that 9 and the 100 EMA. Took a short on micros. Don't have a micro chart up. That's a good job on my part. Putting our target right on that trigger point resistance line. If it has to get through the 20 first, and looks like right now it's struggling. There it goes. Come on. Nope. It's teasing me. Tried to get some momentum, can't get through that 20. Yeah, it's flushing down. Bouncing on the 9, bouncing up, bouncing down. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that. Out. Can never get through the 20. Choppy. Pushes down. Up. I didn't listen to myself. I say take these purples that are sitting on the 9. I didn't. I could have got a big win. A win. That's okay. We'll get the next one. They're actually working on getting an email out. Boom, boom. Trying to bounce. Trying to bounce here. Long. Sniffs the 9. Boom. Touches the 9. Boom through the 9. 15-point, no, 20-point win on 3 micros. Thank you, Matt. Back down. Wow. It only went 3 more ticks from my target there and then reversed. Ten minutes to the top of the hour. I didn't check to see if we had any news today after CPI. I better. No, crude oil inventory is coming up at 10:30. And we have 10-year notes at 1 o'clock Eastern. Sitting here, a little above 18,800. Wow, the Dow just died. RJ, you getting any of this Dow move? Oh yeah, whooshing there on the energies. Oh yeah, and hogs. Hogs are whooshing too. We'll probably be talking to Sid Chase tomorrow about whooshing hogs. Sounds like a good day. Not as a good day, not as good of a day as yesterday with NQ, but good day nonetheless. Five minutes to the top of the hour. It's trying to pop up here. Sitting on the 9 at 18,809. Ooh, bounce off the 20. Purple candle. Like a candle in the wind. Sitting here at 800. A couple minutes before the top of the hour. And I should have taken the purple. I kind of questioned it there, but I got to stop questioning and just take. Everyone got quiet. How we all doing? Trying to bounce here. We're right back down. Top of the hour candle. Down 36 points. Great job, Tom. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Saw you joined the Discord as well. Glad to have you. Popping up there. Can't get through the 9 though. Take it. Ooh. Taking a long there, but it might be a mistake. Let's see. I think it wants to break the 9. Or I think it wants to break me. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, it's going to break me instead. Maybe not. Come on. Morning, Crypticon. FTT's reporting rhythmic issues, so I don't know. I haven't looked on their Discord to see if there's any update. As of last night, they said about rhythmic issues. Someone said Bulenox was having rhythmic issues earlier, so I don't know. There we go. Come on. Boom. Target hit. We got 15 points on 3 micros. Good morning, Hassan. Thank you, Matt, for wading into the Discord. So that link says from the CEO of FTT, according to Rhythmic, there are no system-wide issues. We've been told our private environment will be ready very soon. From a direct trading perspective, help is coming. Does this mean that lag and system issues are gone? Who knows? It's Rhythmic. Trade at your own risk. No decision regarding performance complaints from Monday and Tuesday have been made. That's not very reassuring. Dude, Chicago must have terrible pools. Yes, you did miss Robin, but you know what I'm going to try and do, guys? I'm going to try and figure out how to cut out the hour that she was on and make it into its own video. And by say figure out, I'm going to ask my people on the Discord how to do that. That's that's an idea. The only thing, whenever I've tried recording off of a video in the past, for some reason the audio seems to get messed up. But that was when I was using Streamlabs, so maybe OBS would be different. I'll have to give that a try. That's a good thought, Matt. Thank you. I mean, yeah. Once the live stream is done, I mean, I can download the live stream and all that. And I know that once it's done, it asks if I want to edit anything or whatever. So I've never done it. Trying to pop here the blue candle. Our ATR right now is 28. No blue there. Still could possibly go up, but it didn't break the 9, so. I have not. I don't usually trade FTT until after the stream. I focus on mostly on the TradeDay accounts that I have, and sometimes topstep. Yeah, usually at this time of day, between 15 and 20. On and off. I'm usually doing other things as well, like updating the sheets on the Discord and doing social media stuff and all that. So I trade off and on. And one favor, please don't call me Oxy. It gives me PTSD from my school years when I would get called Oxy 10, oxymoron, oxy. Surprised oxycodone wasn't a big thing back then, but just ox is fine. So yeah, off and on, not like, I'm not staring at the chart for all 8 hours normally. No, you're fine. I didn't take offense. It's just when I see it, I just, I just give people a little, reminder that I prefer. I know you didn't have any malintent there, my friend. It took me a long time to. I used to say, because, my last name starts with OX. So, you know, and I used to hate it. And when I was a kid, I said, when I grow up, I'm going to legally change my name. And it took me a long time to start getting used to being called Ox. And now, I've made it to a strength. I made it into my brand. So, Ox, everybody besides my mother calls me Ox pretty much. But the Oxy thing just gets me a little bit. That's all. I totally, I don't get mad with anybody that uses it, or unless they continue to use it after I say, hey, please don't do that. I'm a pretty easygoing guy. That lossless cut tool, is that something that's free, William? Or cheap? Because I'm cheap. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. I'll do a search for it and check it out. We have an obliterated Dow. Sounds serious. I say, sounds like he's something you go to emergency room for. What seems to be the issue? My Dow's obliterated. Surgery. Why me? Wow. Yeah. Dow cut through support 0, 1, 2, and 3. Just wow. Close to 500 points if my math is right. Which we shouldn't guarantee my math is right. And Q, that's a... I appreciate that, William. I will check that out. Hi, Ace. Nice, Hassan. Beautiful. Possible bounce here on NQ, or is it just gonna, go to zero? Today's CPI day, Ace. I think after seeing the inflation, I think the market was originally hoping for 50 basis points reduction next week on FOMC. I think after seeing the inflation report now, they think it's going to be 25. The news has already come out, Crip. That was 2 hours ago. That's just my thoughts. I'm not sure if that's why the market's dropping or not, but that makes sense in my head. Market thought we were going to see 50 basis points cut from interest rates next week, and now I think it's only going to be 25. Yep, that's right. Crude oil inventories is coming up for anybody that trades crude. It's coming up in about 12 minutes. Crude's hanging around 66 right now. That's the Russell. Oh, could you imagine? Oh my God, then we might go to zero if he says we're not going to drop interest rates at all. Great job, Grift. That said, I do not suggest ever jumping in pools of asset. See if I've just tried to catch a falling knife or just going to bounce with that blue candle for me. Right now it looks like more like falling knife. Yep, falling knife. Oh. Maybe it was a rubber knife. Nope. Back down. When it hits zero. Ace, the smarter one, being short here. Yeah, I'm toast. Oh, maybe toast just popped. Wow. I'm out. I'm not gonna. That's a 7-point win. Wow. I don't believe that. It came down. I had my stop set at. Maybe my stop was set lower than I thought. It looked like I came within a couple ticks of being taken out. It looks like it was actually a couple points. But wow, yeah, I took way too much heat for that trade, but ended up being a winner. Nice job, Crypt. And I got out on a blue candle, which was stupid because you can see it's going. But I was just wanted to get out after enduring that big drawdown. Thank you for keeping up on my pastry index there, Hassan. What's that, Crypt? It didn't go much further there, so I mean, I could have got 20 points out of it, but now it's kind of hemming and hawing. You know, you don't need to, Crypt. 350 on a consistency rule just means you need to hit 1750 total. So just make your goal over the 1750, but you're gonna want to keep a buffer, I assume. But yeah, you don't need to. So to get a payout now, if you're at 350 on one and 200 on the other, you just need to make another $1,200 or so. Yep. Crude, oil less than 5. Anybody here trade crude? I've dabbled, but blue candle and NQ again. Smaller one. It's staple of the 9, so I ain't taking it. Probably a regret, but I've only taken one loss today. Remember tomorrow, Sid Chase joins us. He'll be talking not only day trading futures, but day trading some stocks and some long-term investments. He invests in gold, silver, real estate. Some sort of alcohol, if I remember right. Wait, literally? So you really did pee yourself? Yeah, that can be scary when you accidentally enter in more contracts than you mean to. RJ, good question. I was supposed to talk to him last night, and I didn't because I was busy, and then I fell asleep. He might be here the entire time. I'm not sure. I got to find out. That's true. That's very true. Good, RJ. Good. I got sausage, bacon, and extra cheese. Dow just bounced off support 5. Dow's at a lower point it's been since way back. $8.15, so a couple days after last month's CPI. I would think that the better option for that, Crypt. Thank you, Cossack. I appreciate that. I think the better option for that, at least for guys, would be just to get a urinal. Ooh. Ooh. I think that. Crew didn't like its inventories. William, I told you about talking about hose on this. Oh, I was kidding. Yep. RB's down. John DeFore, if you're still here, did your algo take RB today? And Q still coming. Once again, that was that purple candle I should have taken. Woo. Do they still sell 3-liter bottles? Okay, this is actually okay. So this conversation's got a little disturbing. This is not normal, for anyone new that's joined us today. When people are here talking about adult diapers, John, perhaps you should spell out take profit instead of using TP. But excellent, John. Glad to hear that. So, what do you have that? You have that on an account now, John? Not just sim trading it, or is that still on a sim? Oh yeah, soybean oil, big whoosh. Wheat, big whoosh. Feeder cattle, big whoosh. Excellent, Crift. That's okay, John. Just one question. If they ask for a video, what are you going to do? It's like crude's still falling. Look at that. Yeah, it usually means I should stay away when they're doing back-to-back like that. I haven't seen anything in their terms against it. That said, the owner's on my Discord if you want to tag them, Burrow, and ask. Brett Simba at BRETTSIMBA. For Tradeify, William? Nice pop. I do. Yeah, give me... Please hold for the next available operator. Now, please hold for 1 second. It's here somewhere in the 312 tabs I have opened. I'm just kidding. It's only 113 tabs. Code, and the coupon code is MightyOx for 50% off. There you go. Thank you, thank you. Uh, I had a pizza. I hadn't eaten pizza since Easter or so. Nah, no candles, Crypt. I was celebrating with my mom, and my mom's on oxygen, so open flame's not a good thing. Glad you enjoyed it, Ace. Best firms for algo traders. Bulenox is the first one that comes to mind. Topstep. She was a teacher, so she's probably read way more than that. Well, I made a background. I need to make a better one. That one's kind of, I don't know, too busy. But, cause my computer's in my kitchen. So there's often times there might be someone walking behind me. I need to get better lighting also. Cause I look very dark. Not today. She has had an appointment. Excuse me. Had an appointment. Why can't I say that word? She had a thing with Edward Jones. But she said she'll be back one day. Absolutely, William. But can you do me a favor and email them to me? MightyOxTrading@gmail.com. Yeah, I saw you posted that on the Discord, Crypt. Haven't watched it yet, but I will today. Oh, still whooshing. Wow, look at this. Down into the 500s. Whoosh. This 210 point hourly candle. Market is upset. Absolutely, Ace. Or I mean, I could just post the link as well. But give me a second, because I gotta find it again. Where'd you post it? Which channel did you post it in, Crypt? Because now I forget now. All right, I found it. AI Creations. I'm gonna tag you and see if you can find it that way. If not, let me know. I tagged you with your name in the correct spot. It's AI. It's in AI Creations. Yeah. Bounce here. You'll get the hang of it, Ace. Still falling. Everyone put your orders in at 00001. We might get there today. Put a long in there. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, RJ, when I first started promoting them, I would say MFFU, and I realized quickly how bad it sounds. So I almost always say out the full name, My Funded Futures, which honestly rolls off the tongue easier than the four letters anyway. Yeah, you're probably right, William. I know commodities can go negative because we've seen it happen with oil. I wonder if indices. Honestly, if it ever went negative, that means we would be in absolute chaos. I don't think anyone would care anyway. But I wonder if it's even possible. Well, RJ, Ace just named my new prop firm. Your fish were outside the barrel. Oh yeah, we finally might have found a bottom one. Yeah, we have bounced a little bit there on Dow. Got down to 0.34, back up to 0.95. We all need support. Well, the last NQ bowl, please turn out the lights. about 5 minutes ago on the stream. Gives NQ time to drop another 100 points. If I've had new eyes today, thanks to Robin, I thank you for being here. I mean, I thank you all for being here. But I hope you'll continue to join me. I know it's not as exciting when there's no guests, but thank you, Platt. Sid Chase tomorrow. DeMoncos next Wednesday. RJ next Friday. CFT on the 24th. Now, I only want people on that know what they're talking about, Crypt. ATR is down to 20, but this is a big candle, 23. Watching. Closes in 10 seconds. I gotta decide if I want to take it. Decided to take it. I don't know. I think it's going to chase me back down. But we shall see. Bouncing up. We may have found a bottom on the indices. We'll see. There we go. Now we got some momentum on the upside. Yep. Had some momentum and went away. Yeah, only 3 hours today. Trying to bounce here. Come on. Come on. Back to my entry. There we go. Go, 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 go. Come on. You can break through that 9. You know you wanna. That 9 that 9 is nothing. It's got nothing on you. You can break it. You can break it. I have gone officially insane. There it goes. Boom! Target hit. There we go. Good way to finish the stream. I don't scream. 11-point winner. RJ's got a runner. We are up $567 today. I think I only took one losing trade. Yeah, 6 wins, 1 loss today. That loss was only $70. So an excellent day. And wow. Boom. Thanks, John. Yep. She's going to need to be here every day. So we've reached the end of our time today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Platt. Is it down recoverable, or are you done for the day? Thanks, Robin. See, guys, you can't talk about her. She's always here. She's always watching. Hope everyone has a great day today, rest of your day. We'll be back tomorrow with Sid Chase, millionaire investor and trader. Not sure what time he's starting. Let's assume it's right at the beginning so you don't miss anything, but could be later. We'll figure it out. I'll make the announcement on the Discord later today. Have a great rest of your day. We will talk to you tomorrow.
If you enjoyed today's live stream, remember we do this every day, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Hope you'll continue to join us. Also want to invite you to join our Discord community. Great community of traders talking trading, and sometimes just shooting the breeze about other things as well. Traders helping traders and encouraging traders there. Also, of course, follow me on social media, mainly on Twitter or at X, where you'll always find updates on the latest prop firm discounts and reviews, as well as get notified whenever a new video comes out from MightyOxTrading. Have a great rest of your day.